Good morning, guys. Roger Wakefield here, Wednesday morning. I am Roger Wakefield, the expert plumber. Today, we're asking the question, how long do water heaters last? How long do water heaters last? Come back, we'll give you that answer. The truth is, there's no set age on a water heater. It's not like there's an expiration clock that's just going to make it go away. The real question is, how long can I forget about that expensive piece of equipment? Well, really, you have a lot of different choices. If it's up in an attic, you don't want to forget about it near as long as maybe somebody that's got one on a stand out in the garage. The reason being, when a water heater in the attic ruptures, the water is going to come down like that. It's going to come down, it's going to hit the sheetrock, it's going to go down, it's going to come through. If it's upstairs, it's going to spread out more and come down. I have seen houses that literally people had to move out of for 8 or 9 months while they came in and rebuilt the sheetrock, the kitchen, the flooring, the ceiling, anything and everything that water touched had to be rebuilt, had to be mold remediated to make sure they didn't grow mold later. A lot of different problems. So the question is, how long can I forget about it? Well, it's really up to you. How long do you want to forget about it? Is it something that is going to be that big a deal when it ruptures? Because if it's out in the middle of the garage, it really doesn't matter. If it ruptures and water gets on the garage floor and you don't have anything important there, who really cares? If it's in your attic, right above your game room, right above your living room, and you're going to lose furniture, you're going to lose flooring, you're going to lose walls, you're going to lose electronics and stereos and speakers, it may be a bigger deal. So the truth is, a gas water heater lasts about 8 to 12 years. Now, there are things that make a difference there. Here in Texas, we have very hard water. Hard water is going to shorten the lifespan of that water heater. The other thing is, when you put that water heater in new, in a year, did you change the anode rod? The anode rod is the magnesium-coated rod that drops down the middle of it. And what happens over the course of the life of the water heater, and especially during that first year, any little microscopic pinholes, fissures, cracks, anything at all like that is going to pull the magnesium off that rod, and it's going to go over and adhere itself to the inside of your tank. And that is going to help seal those off. But after that first year, your sacrificial anode rod is pretty much gone. If you change it after that first year, the good thing is anything else that needs to be filled will be pulled off that rod, help plug those holes, patch those holes, make everything better, and it's actually going to help your water heater last longer. So here in Texas, with the hard water, without doing anything to your water heater, it could get your life cycle could get as short as 6 or 7 years. If it's up in the attic, between 6 and 8 years, I start telling people, hey, look, you need to think about changing the water heater. If it's out in the garage, I may tell them, hey, you can probably wait till 8 or 10 years. Electric water heaters, speaking of 10 years, are good for about 10 to 15 years. They last longer. I think it's because they don't get near as hot. When that burner assembly fires up on the bottom of a water heater, it heats the water very intensely, about 40,000 BTUs that fire and get that water heater really, really hot, especially the bottom part. So that water heats on it, as you know, heat rises. So that water heats and goes up. Gas or electric water heaters are a little bit different. You've got 2 elements at the side that heat up, and then they slowly heat that water up and down all around it. So I think that's why they last a lot longer. There's not a lot of difference in the tanks other than the holes in the side where the elements and control valves and things like that go in. But I truthfully think that's why electric water heaters can last longer. Now, water quality. There's things that you can do to improve your water quality. You can actually do a hardness test and determine how hard your water is. We've got a couple of different products that we use for anti-scale. And if it's something you're interested in, give us a shout, talk to us, ask us what they are. Maybe I'll show them to you and tell you about them, tell you how they work. But we also like to test the chlorine when we test the hardness. Now, the chlorine's not going to affect your water heater near as bad as it will everything else in your house. But while we're out there testing that water anyway, we want to at least be able to tell you what kind of water you have, how hard it is, how much chemicals are in it. Is there chlorine in your water? Is there chloramine in your water? That kind of gives you the answers that you need to know there. Now, the good thing about water heaters, if you'll give your water heater a little bit of love, you can make it last longer. Really, all you got to do, or the most important thing to do, is go out and flush your water heater. And I recommend to people do this from the first year on. If you wait till 3 or 4 years and think about it, you might be okay. If your water heater is 4 to 6 years old, don't start thinking, okay, I'm going to flush it now and make it last longer. Chances are you're going to flush it. You're going to pull some of that calcium and magnesium that's built up in the bottom that is maybe actually plugging a hole, and then you're liable to make that water heater leak. So what I recommend is from the very beginning, from the time your water heater's new, show it a little love. What I like to do is go out every couple of months, drain about a 5-gallon bucket out of the bottom. You've got a drain valve on bottom, and I'll talk about it later. We've already got a video on water heater maintenance. Watch that video here on YouTube. And I'll tell you now, I'll tell you again, if you hadn't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to it, and you'll learn information. You'll learn things you can do and learn things going on. So that's what takes care of a little bit of love. Flush your water heater. Do it at least once a year. If you can get out there and do it every couple of months, it's worth it. Now, why is it worth it? Because you can take that 6-year water heater, and if you've treated it properly and you've got good, clean water coming in, that water heater can actually last 12 years. That water heater can actually last longer. I had a water heater in my garage, so I really wasn't worried about it. Guys, it lasted almost 16 years. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you you can make your water heater last that long. Think about where it is, okay? Use your brain. Think about where it is and think about what damage is this water heater going to cause if the bottom falls out of it and water goes everywhere. There's other things you can do for your water heater. I know I didn't mention them in a blog, but for this, guys, you can put a flood stop on it. A flood stop is a valve. It's electric. There's a control for it. It's also got a battery backup, and there's a sensor that goes down in your drain pan. If a drop of water, one drop of water gets on that sensor, it shuts that valve and sets off an alarm. Why is this good? Because if your water heater ruptures, it's going to happen at 5:01 Friday afternoon after you've gone on vacation at 5 o'clock Friday afternoon. It's going to rain all weekend, so the neighbors walking by your house and see that water pouring out of your garage or front porch, they're going to think your driveway is just wet because of the rain. When you come in late Sunday night from your weekend away, you're going to realize your water heater flooded and that 3/4 inch water line has been running full blast all weekend long. Guys, imagine a 5-year-old kid up there playing with a water hose, spraying it around everywhere. That's about what it's going to be like. So there are things that you can do to take care of it. There are things that you can do yourself to take care of it, which is the best part about it. There's things that we can do to take care of it. Watch our water heater maintenance video. Tell us if you have any questions. Holler out at us. Give us a shout. You know, it's funny. We actually got a call the other day from Cypress Cove. Guy lives outside of Austin. I want to say thanks for giving us a shout. Give me a call on Facebook Messenger and says, man, look, I've got a question. I see your videos down here. I love what you're doing. Guys, we love what we're doing too. That's why we want to get you all this information. There's so much stuff out there that you can do yourself that you don't need to call a plumber for. So if you do need to call one, man, give us a shout. If you're in our area, give us a shout. If not, call your plumber. But here's what I'll tell you. Know who your plumber is before you need it in an emergency. Spend some time learning about them and their company. Find out if y'all's values line up together. Get a good plumber that you know, like, and trust, and he'll take good care of you. Subscribe to our channel. You see the little button over here. We've also got videos here somewhere. Click on them. Go check out our water heater maintenance video. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want to know. If there's anything you want to know, guys, contact me. You can get in touch with me through my webpage. I'm at www.texasgreenplumbing.com. You can send me messages on Facebook. Leave a message here on YouTube. We'll reply to it, but give us a shout. Let us know what you like and what you want. We want to take care of you. My name is Roger Wakefield with Texas Green Plumbing, saving you money one drop at a time.